Good evening, how are you today? Today we are going to start our 22nd lesson, New Headway Upper Intermediate. Unit 6, we are going to continue Unit 6. We took last class or last session. We talked about, I still think of classes like, I'm in a real class like interactive one. So today we are going to continue with Unit 6. Last session we talked about Jamie Oliver, who hit his big success at the age of 21 when he was spotted by a producer. He is a great chef, okay, and he has like he started his career early at the age of I think it was 8, something like this. He started cooking. He worked for his parents' pub, and also we talked about related to grammar. Okay, we talked about countable, uncountable nouns. We talked about about 3 categories. Only singular, only plural, and also it can be singular or plural. So let's continue. I remember that I gave you like one exercise as homework. Okay, which words can, like, it was a chart. We have to classify some words or categorize some words in countable and uncountable. Let's start, and I hope you'll get all the benefits you want from this unit, because we let me say it has a lot of very common errors related to countable and uncountable nouns. Ready? Let's go. The question is, find word pairs linked according to meaning, which are normally count nouns and which uncount. Okay, write them in the correct column. Let's start with the count nouns. The count nouns are like dollar, fact, lorry, suggestion, suitcase, journey, job, chair, apple, problem. All of these are count nouns. Now the left ones are uncountable, which are like money, work, furniture, traffic, advice, information, trouble, luggage, fruit, and travel. Did I mention travel before? No. Okay. So this like how we classify these words. Actually, you need a dictionary to classify them and to memorize them, because they are different from our language, like our mother tongue language. It's like information. In information we can in Arabic we can make it plural, in English no. Okay, so we have some kind of exceptions, like, because only in spoken English, but when it comes to grammar, no, we have to commit to the rule. Okay, now let's move to exercise number 4. Okay, exercise number 4 is expressing quantity. Okay, let's talk about, we have 12 sentences. Okay, expressing quantity, rephrase, let me check, just I want to find the page for you. Yeah, come on, let's move. Okay, yeah, here. So this is the question. Rephrase the sentences, use the prompts. Okay, prompts, like the words in I think in green here, not green, light green, whatever. Okay, she earns 5 euros an hour. Much, very little, and hardly any. So we have to make it in 3 ways. Okay, look at these examples. She doesn't earn much money, she earns very little money, and she earns hardly any money. Okay. Number 1, she's got 2 friends. When it comes to, I'll start with them. Okay, yeah. We have many, very few, and hardly any. So if there are 2 friends, so we can say she hasn't got, okay, many friends. She's got very few friends, and she's got hardly any friends. Number 2, we have there are 6 eggs in the fridge. We have the words are some, few, enough. 6 is 6 is a big number. So of eggs, like if we need to make some kind of food. So we can say there are some eggs in the fridge. There are a few, because as I said, 6 is a big number, and a few is positive, as I mentioned in the last session. Okay, so there are a few eggs in the fridge, and there are enough eggs in the fridge. Number 4, there aren't any tomatoes. No, not a single. In this way, we can say there aren't enough. Okay, did I miss something? Yeah, okay. The number 3, no, I missed one. Yes, number 3, there are 2 eggs in the fridge. Okay, and we have many and only a couple of. So there aren't enough eggs in the fridge, or also I can say there aren't many eggs in the fridge, and also I can say there are only a couple of eggs in the fridge. Number 4, I'm fast because you know this is to be done by you, and I think they are easy since you are given, you know, a hint or a clue how to do it. Yeah, there aren't any tomatoes. No, and not a single. Not a single. Yes. So there aren't. There aren't, because I have no. There aren't, or there are no tomatoes. And there isn't a single tomato. Okay, there isn't a single tomato. Did you spend many weeks in France? Did you spend many weeks in France? We have much and a lot of. Did you spend much time in France? And because if I have much, I cannot, you know, put much and weeks. Okay, it's like they don't agree with each other. And I can say, did you spend a lot of time in France? Let's move to number 6. I have 5 days holiday a year. I don't have, because, you know, 6 days, is it? 5 days. 5 days is kind of, you know, like short time, if we, you know, are comparing it to a year. So I can say I don't have much holiday. Also, I can say I have hardly any holiday. Okay. Number 7, I have put on 20 kilos too much. Okay. A huge amount of, and far too much, and loads of. So here I can say I have put on a huge amount of weight. Also, I can say I have put on far too much weight, and I've put on loads of weight. Okay. Let's move to number 8, which is like 90% of my friends have a car. Almost all of my friends have a car. Most of my friends have a car. The majority of my friends have a car. Okay. Number 10, 10% of them smoke. 10% of them, like that means it's not a big percentage. So I can say very few of them smoke, hardly any of them smoke, and not many of them smoke. Okay, let me check this. Okay, let's move to number 10. There isn't one of my friends who is married. None of my friends is married, or I can say are married, by the way. Okay, none of my friends is married, and none of my friends are married. It can go for both, but here not one of my friends is married, only we go for is. Okay. Then can works 100% of the time. So you can say can works all the time or the whole time. Number 12, yesterday I ate hardly anything at all. Yesterday I didn't eat much. Yesterday I ate very little, and yesterday I ate almost nothing. Okay, and that's it. This is everything about number 5. So you can make such examples about you, about like you can look at where you are sitting now and make sentences like this. Okay, using expressions of quantity. Let's move to number 5. Okay, choose the correct alternative. Okay, I have a few cousins, but not many. Many, sorry, not money, many. Okay. So here it's about choosing, is it a few or a few? Which one is positive? As we said, a few. But to him, it's okay, it's fine. So he can say, I have a few cousins, but not many. Few gives gives a positive meaning, but he's happy with, of the number. He didn't seem to have like a problem with that. Okay. Number 2, we have very little or a little money. Here, money. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. It gives a negative meaning, so I go for little. Okay. We have very little money. I'm afraid. Let's move to number 3. I earned fewer money than I did in my old job. For sure we'll go for less money, okay? And less is for uncountable, fewer for countable, okay? Good. Let's go for less and fewer people go to church these days. Okay, grammatically speaking, fewer is correct. But, the public or in, everyday English or people now in spoken English use less because it's very frequent or, you hear it a lot. So we consider this as correct sentence, but, correct, but grammatically, no. Grammatically, no. We go for fewer. All people, everyone came to my party. No, I will go for everyone came to my party. Okay, not all people. I was burgled last month. Somebody stole something from me, and all was stolen or everything was stolen. Well, of course, I go for everything. Everything was stolen. Everyone or all the people was watching the cup final. Everyone was watching. Last week, the all or whole school had flu. Of course, we can go for the whole school had flu. Okay? Okay. I don't think you have any question about this. It's so much clear. Okay? It's so clear. Good. Yeah, let's go for number class survey. Conduct a lifestyle survey of your class. Okay, like you need to ask them like, do you buy designer clothes? Do you enjoy shopping? Do you go clubbing regularly? Do you clubbing like enjoying time out and do clubs? Do you do a lot of exercise? Do you play games on your phone? Do you go to coffee shops? Do you cook for friends? Do you chat online? Okay, like this is something to be done in a classroom, so we don't have to go for this. We don't have to cover it. And in exercise 7, like give your feedback using expressions from the box. The box like is about all of us go for 2 exercise classes. It could be like this. A few of us, buy designer clothes, something. It's up to you to use, okay? Most of us don't smoke. Hardly anybody, go clubbing every week. Nobody goes clubbing every week. None of us is married. Things like that. Spoken English expressing quantity informally. Okay. This one is listening one. There are many ways of expressing quantity informally in English language. Spoken English. She's got loads of clothes. Okay. So here we are going to listen to the track and write, listen and complete with the expressions of quantity. Okay. And the second is, what have your fridge got a lot of? This is like, you have to check your fridge, okay? And I think, people during, this, past or still lockdown, have checked their fridges more than their mobile phones, okay? So let's go to the listening and fill in the gaps, okay? Okay, let's listen.
1. There's no need to rush. We've got masses of time. 2.
Okay, have you got it? Did you catch this? Okay, we have masses of time, okay?
She's got loads of money.
Loads of money.
I think she inherited it.
3. We've got heaps of food for the party. Don't buy any more.
Heaps, a lot, okay? Heaps, which written as H-E-A-P-S, okay?
4.
When my daughter comes back from university, she always brings piles of washing.
Piles of washing, a lot of washing, clothes to be washed.
5.
I can't see you today. I've got tons of things to do.
Tons of things to do, tons, a lot of.
6.
There were millions of people at the sales. I couldn't be bothered to fight my way through them.
Yeah, this is millions of people, okay? A lot of people. She couldn't find her way, through, or, it was so jammed, so crowded, things like that. Clear? I think yes. Okay, so here are like some expressions to be used, okay? And actually they are, more frequent or common in spoken English. Masses, loads, heaps, piles, tons, and millions. Let's go for listening and speaking. Adverts all around. Adverts all around, advertisements. You know advertisements? Okay, like if you have, you are a producer of a product and you want to have a, advertisement, or you want to make it to show it to the public. Okay, you need to first to promote for this and to, you have to tell the public about its advantages and how good it is and things like that. Okay, what kinds of advertising do you know? How many kinds of advertising do you know? And where can you see advertisements? This is the most important thing. Where can you see advertisements? Okay, check this. What can you see? This might give you some ideas. Now I have Samsung, I have Coke, okay, I have someone who's bald, and there's something, painted on his head, okay, and okay, I have something here written or, painted on faces, guys' faces. And I can see TV, cinema, something like this, billboard. Okay, I can see a lot of this. Okay, so here, okay, let's go to number 1. And it's all about advertisements. Where can you see them? What weird or different kinds of advertisements can you have and find? Which one can be, more effective and attracting? Which one can, which one are, kind of freak and weird and, things like that. So let's go to number 1. Do you have any favorite adverts? Do some annoy you? Yeah, many actually. Which? Why? Do you sometimes skip adverts online every time or all the time, or on recorded TV programs? Yes, I never, notice them unless they are really catchy, Okay, this is number 1, like it's for you. Yes, I can see a lot of, advertisements everywhere. And 2, make a list of all the places where you find advertisements and share them with the class. I can give you some examples, but you might have more. I can talk about TV, radio, computers, tables, smartphones. Also, I can talk about other digital devices like video screens, billboards, and also signs. Buildings in public places, cinema, theaters, sports centers, shops, newspapers, magazines, leaflets, brochures, also kind of cards, business cards. Also on we can see something painted on or drawn on buses, bus stops, also the underground taxis, aircrafts, and what else? Balloons, skywriting. Yeah, if you want to go very, like, let me say, not wild, you know, in your thinking, but something completely unique and different. Coffee cups, bags, packings, clothes, you know, t-shirts. You can find advertisements everywhere and every place. In number 3, look at the pictures. Okay, what is body advertising? What is it? What do we mean by this phrase? How did it start? Why do people start it? And you know, which parts of the body listed below do you think are most suitable for this kind of advertising? Let's check. We have head, eyelid. You know eyelids? Eyelids, you know? Okay, hands, thighs. You know thighs, the upper part of your leg. Oh my gosh. Face, forehead, chest, and soles of the feet. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, things can be weird here. So, for you, which one do you think is, you know, the most catchy one, effective one, and, you know, attractive one? I can go for the head. I can go for the, you know, forehead, face, if, you know, this, you know, things like that. So it's up to you to choose like the most effective one, and it depends, you know, or it's related to your own personality and your imagination and things like that. But, you know, these are really weird. Let's go for the listening now. I mean, like, let's move to the listening. Listen to a radio program about body advertising. Answer the questions. I will do something first. First, we are going to read the questions, okay? And then listen. That would give you an idea about what information to look for and what details you need to know. You know, so you need to read the questions first. Is advertising generally more or less effective these days? Of course, you have to listen and then answer this question. Who is Brandon? And what was his ingenious idea? Who are Ross and Ed, you know, Moyes? How did they repay their student loans? You know, loans, if you have a loan, that means you have, you know, you borrow money from a bank, okay? And then you pay back by payments or something like this, with interest sometimes. Which parts of the body are mentioned as advertising spaces? Why did 10 men and women go around winking at people? You know, winking? The movement of the eye, winking? Also, what form does body advertising take in Japan? Okay, you know, now I think you are more interested and you are, let me say, curious to know the answer of these questions. And it's something really, really nice. I like it. So let's go for the listening. Okay, this is track 6.4. Okay, CD3.
Tape script 6.4. It's time for Mad About Ads, the weekly program for those of you who are mad about ads. This week, Sonia looks at advertising that really is in your face, or should I say, on your body. Over to you, Sonia.
Thanks, Gary. Well, advertisements, love 'em or hate 'em, they are everywhere. It's been estimated that the average person is exposed to anything from about 250 to a whopping 3,000 different advertising messages every day. The traditional media of TV, radio, newspapers and magazines, and street advertising have been supplemented by mobile ads on tablets and smartphones. But there is growing evidence that the general public are becoming immune to more usual forms of advertising. A recent survey of smartphone users found that 50% of them don't even notice adverts on their phones, and as few as 7% actually buy something as a result of them. And nearly half of respondents in the survey didn't like having ads on any device at all. They found them annoying and distracting. So, in the face of this, some advertisers have been using what might be the ultimate mobile ad space, the human body. American entrepreneur Brandon Chikotsky really has been using his head. Totally bald, Chikotsky came up with the ingenious idea of converting bald patches into profit by using them as advertising space. He went on to set up baldlogo.com, which allows companies to have their logo temporarily tattooed onto the heads of guys without much hair. For just $320 a day, companies really can get a head start. Oh, sorry. Similar enterprise was shown by 2 British graduates who charged by the day to paint company logos on their face and forehead. Ross Harper and Ed Moyes raised £50,000 with this money-making scheme, enough money to pay off all their student debts. A marketing campaign in the UK for an online beauty product store, feelunique.com, also made use of temporary tattoos, but this time on people's eyelids. They paid 10 men and women to apply a tattoo with the company's web address and then to wink at strangers. Apparently, an eye-watering 6,000 people applied for the job, and the lucky 10 were paid just £100 to wink at people 1,000 times. And last but not least, an example from the home of ingenious advertising, Japan. There's been a growing popularity in body advertising, with companies across Tokyo. This involves attaching an advert in the form of a sticker or transfer onto different parts of the body, with teenage boys, usually their face, and teenage girls, their bare thighs. Now, I know advertisers have always used beautiful women to promote products, but this seems to me to be a step too far. Back to you, Gary.
Fascinating stuff, Sonia. Thank you. I agree with you. Putting a sticker on your face is one thing, but putting it on a girl's thigh is quite another. Do you agree with Sonia and me? Tell us what you think. Give us your thoughts and reactions on our website.
Okay, guys, that seemed, I know too much information for you to remember. Of course, you need more listening at home. You need to do it, but the question, because of that, I let you check the questions before we go to the track. Okay, so let's answer the questions now, and tell you the information you needed to know. I know that. That was a lot of information for you. Let's go for the first one, about advertising. Is it more effective, or it's moving back? Let me say advertising is generally, as they said, is generally less effective because people are becoming immune. They because of the loads of ads we have every day and every single hour, during the day. So people are becoming immune to advertise. Many people don't even notice adverts on at all, and some of them think they are annoying, ridiculous, and bothering and distracting also. Question number 2, talking about Brandon. Brandon is an American entrepreneur. His ingenious idea was to use bald patches on men's heads as advertising spaces. How? His company is called now is baldlogo.com, which allow other companies, to have their logo temporarily tattooed on onto the heads of guys who don't have much hair or who are bald. Strange, isn't it? Have you seen something like this here in your country or in your local area? I don't know. I've never. About number 3, Ross and Ed are British graduates. They charged by the day the paint company logo on their faces and foreheads, and paint, so they paid off all their student debts, so they used their faces and foreheads in order to advertise logos and products, whatever. 4. What parts of the body did they mention? Head, face, forehead, eyelids, and thighs. Also, number 5, about the men and the women. 10 men and women went around winking as a part of a marketing campaign for health products, for beauty products. How? They, the name of the company is feelunique.com. They put temporary tattoos on their people eyelids and then ask them to wink at strangers and move around. So if you see someone who's winking at you in the street, check his eyelid. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, number 6, body advertising in Japan involves attaching a sticker or transfer onto the faces of teenage boys. But the weird thing is about the girls. Okay, so they use the bare thighs of teenage girls, to advertise logos or products. It seems weird. Okay, and the girl also in the listening track kind of she didn't like the idea, and the man agreed. Okay, so this is everything about listening part related to media and advertising, not media, advertising more. And I like it, by the way, because if you study how the psychology of people and what affects people, they need this a lot, or this science a lot in advertising. So because of that, they study the psychology of people and their needs and their fears and things like that. And in order to make their campaigns and to choose what to advertise and what not to advertise, and where and how, and things like that. That was everything about the listening, and I mean the first part of the listening. The second part is, because it's too much information, as I said, I will leave you now to re-listen again and check all the new vocabs or what you need to learn. In addition to the answers I gave you. So next class we can move with, we can continue with the other questions about listening, and we can continue for the reading section. Thanks for following, thanks for watching, and see you next class, next session. Enjoy your day, stay safe. Stay positive. No, not stay positive. Do whatever you want. Okay, and enjoy what you have. See you. Goodbye.